Philosophy school. How about we guide the class with questions that make them think critically about virtue? How about we just wing it? Socrates, team teaches with mediocrities. Hilary Price, in her comic strip Rhymes with Oranges, humorously and succinctly captures our desire to know the depths of our humanity. Asking questions will help one to reveal the truth. The following tutorial will, in short, help one ask great questions and receive great answers. The following clip from the movie Bruce Almighty captures the wonder of God's gift of free will. God, played by Morgan Freeman, and a discontented man, Bruce Nolan, discuss Bruce's desire to be fully in charge.
Anyway, here's the deal. You have all my powers. Use them any way you choose. There are only two rules. You can't tell anybody you're God. Believe me, you don't want that kind of attention. And you can't mess with free will.
Uh-huh. Can I ask why?
Yes, you can. That's the beauty of it.
Bruce seems to want to take away the mystery in life. Where is the living in that? Thinking is more than a wild sea of thoughts. We perceive and make associations that lead to deductions. Doctors Paul and Elder assert, in The Art of Socratic Questioning, thinking is not driven by answers but by questions. Now that we have some background on why we have such a deep desire to ask questions about our meaning, let us turn to how one goes about asking great questions and, in turn, receiving great answers. Parts of a question, what every great question needs. Context, core question, elaboration, and purpose. Context, background or build-up to your question. In other words, ask what led to your question. Think cause and effect. This is where you make sense of your thinking, tackling assertions, explaining what led to your question, and reflecting upon your own experience. In brief, this is where you show the thoughts behind your question. Core question. One type 3 question that you really want to find the answer to. A question that requires you to consider competing answers. For example, imagine one poses the question, is considering oneself a good person enough? If one were to ask this question of experts on the subject of goodness, we would get answers that show competing and conflicting theories. However, our personal answer would be much more substantive or meaningful. Elaboration. This part is where you elaborate on your question, considering unity, clarity, coherence. And last, the purpose of your question. Doctors Elder and Paul, in their Guide to Critical Thinking, define purpose as what you are trying to achieve or make happen. In other words, how can you do further research on this topic? How can what you learned or want to learn help you in your yearning for wisdom? Jules Henri Poincaré was a French mathematician, theoretical physicist, engineer, and a philosopher of science. He said in the author's preface of his 1905 book, Science and Hypothesis, to doubt everything or to believe everything are two equally convenient solutions. Both dispense with the necessity of reflection. May the parts of a question help you in your questioning and search for truth. In other words, help you reflect on how to be more of a man of faith, wisdom, and service.
What?